just ended, we are learning, in Rio de Janeiro. Police say an armed man hijacked a bus with dozens of passengers on board. We just learned that police shot the hijacker when he stepped off the bus and threw something at them. Let's get right to CNN Shasta Darlington, who's live in Brazil with the breaking details. Shasta, what can you tell us?
Well, John, as you said, this has been a tense situation for 3 hours now. There has been this standoff on this major bridge that connects Rio de Janeiro to the neighboring city Niterói. A hijacker, basically with more than 30 passengers on board, forced this bus over, has been holding passengers on board. He did release 6 passengers at one point, but what we just saw is that when he stepped off the bus, local journalists heard 6 shots. It appears that police shot him in the leg, and the hope is that this really does bring an end to the standoff. But again, with still roughly 31 hostages aboard, we have to see how this plays out from here going forward. It still isn't known what the motives of this kidnapper were. It isn't known really what he was hoping to get out of it. He said he was going to try and light the bus on fire. The bus was headed from this neighboring city of Niterói to Rio. A major thoroughfare cutting across the bay has been cut off, paralyzing the city. So you can imagine everyone is glued to their phone or their TV trying to figure out what's going on and to see how this will end, John.
Shasta, was he killed? Do we know?
Allison, we don't know. What we believe is that he was shot in the leg. Again, journalists on the scene heard 6 shots fired and applause coming from the sort of the group of police standing around. But we don't know how serious any of these injuries were, and again, what the motive was, Allison.
And any sense if anyone else on the bus was injured in either the standoff or the apprehension?
The 6 passengers that were released, there have been reports that some of them were feeling bad, sort of fainting, but at this point, no reports of injuries as a result of any attack by the kidnapper himself. Again, we'll have to follow up and see what we find out as the other hostages are released and as hopefully these tensions climb down. John.
We do have this video, Shasta, of this woman who was released, one of the passengers, and she faints right as the SWAT team is approaching her. And it's obviously very alarming to look at because you don't know what had happened to her. But we watched, and they were able to revive her, and she was able to walk away.